Hello and welcome to another episode of Garden to Table with Rose, and I am Rose. I am gardening here in Zone 6A, Kalamazoo, Michigan. It is May 4th. It is 7:30 and it is really cold. It's like 40 degrees out here. It's freezing. It's only supposed to be 60 today and raining, but this is the second part of the tour that I started in the back, but I decided to break it up because it's going to be a long video if I don't. But just let you see what's going on over here. The golden smoke bush is leafing out. It's looking good. Yeah, everything is doing okay over here. There's a weigela over there that has beautiful leaves, variegated leaves. I think the flowers are pink. And then there's the purple smoke bush there. There's a hydrangea there that's all leafed out. I got a couple of sedum thrown in here, some Shasta daisies, some other things like salvia that are drought tolerant, and I put some new rosemary starts that I cuttings that I took off of last year's rosemary over here. As I've said before, I like to keep drought tolerant things in the front. That is a dianthus, I believe, there, which I must have moved that from the other side, because or I might have grown that from seed actually. The hyacinths are all done. The daffodils are finishing up. Tulips, there were a few that popped up here from prior years, but they're dying out too. This dappled willow is looking great. I took some cuttings. Hopefully those survive so that I can make a border of this on the other side of my house. I have these three little arborvitae. Hopefully they fill in. One is looking good. They look worse as they go forward. I think the cold must have got to those two. But they seem to be still alive and doing okay. Alliums are popping up. They're going to be, as you can see, they're going to be blooming soon. So they're tall too. So there are several of them throughout this area. The foliage on alliums always looks half dead, but you have your glorious stem that'll open up in a big old flower. Lots of lavender in this section. I got some variegated sage, it looks like, coming up. Oh no, some of that dreaded Orlea has made its way. I think that's Orlea has made its way over here. I got to pull that out. That stuff is coming everywhere. I have a lot of little seedlings of things that I sprinkled over here from last year that was growing, including scabiosa, lots of argyritum, which is a little purple flower that's very cute. So I just bought stuff, the seed heads, and just sprinkled them throughout the section to fill it in because I wasn't buying anything else to plant here. I do have, it looks like, some lilies coming up in the back. This white twist rosebud tree that I just planted in the fall is looking beautiful. Let's take a look at the flowers on this. Oh my, that is a beautiful tree. Imagine when it gets big and full and, you know, fully grown. It's just a baby now. All right, and what else is going on back here? The rose bushes, most of them have survived. They're very tiny because they died back to the ground, most of them, but I can see them coming up. This one, which proven winter stuff, seems to do better than a lot of other brands, but as you can see, that proven winter one on the end is pretty big. But then there's also one there that's coming back, one there very tiny that's coming back, and I have lost a couple, because there should be one would think around here. I don't see it. There's one there that's coming back. This one is pretty big. That's coming back. And then this one is not quite, doesn't look dead. It looks like I see some new growth coming on that one. That one. And I know you probably can't see these. They're so tiny. But that one's coming back. This one is definitely dead. It's going to need to be pulled out soon. And then that one's coming back. So I had a whole semicircle of roses. They were white and pinks. There's one back there that's coming in. There were a couple of peach ones over here too. There's one there, there's one there, and there's one there. And these four, I believe, were the proven winners, more edible roses. So one was called Peared, and there was another one, I can't think of the name of it, but the semicircle was whites and pinks, and one was a couple were John Paul II, and then I cannot remember the names of the others, but my goal was to have this be more English gardening colors with pinks and whites and purples. As you can see, my topiary trees are finally getting some new growth, so I can trim these soon, or prune them, just shape them up, because this one is a 3-ball, but as you can see, the top 2 balls are starting to grow together, but I had to wait to make sure they were going to survive and come back, because they are in pots, and I just huddle them up by the porch in the winter, and that's where they stay. So I'm going to get those pruned up, but the hyacinths are done. I've taking the heads off of those. This arborvitae is doing pretty good. This is all the foliage left over from daffodils. This little conifer is still going strong, putting on some new growth. Back here, you still see there are just a few of the daffodils still blooming, but for the most part, daffodils are done. I did order more. I love daffodils. That's like one of my new favorite flowers. That one's pretty. I did not cut any of these. These are late bloomers, actually. These are the last ones, but these have like multiple little flowers on the heads. They're beautiful, and I have some of them in white as well. Although I didn't cut any, they're beautiful. And then that one, that's a double. There's another smoke bush. I bought a second one. I think I thought the one was dead or something, or I thought this one was dead because it didn't do anything for months, and then I bought another one. Some kind of way I ended up with 2. There's a peony in there, and there's a little hosta growing under it. I did plant some bleeding hearts. I just planted those like a month ago, and they're already coming up. Let me go on the other side so I can show them to you. But these are pink bleeding hearts, and like I said, I just planted these, and already look at this, they even got little flowers on them. Now I'm obviously not gonna cut anything. Look how short it is, but I can't believe they're coming up and flowering so fast. I literally just planted them like a month ago, like this season when the ground was workable but still cold as heck. So yeah, that's what's going on over here. And then so this side, I may add a few annuals if there's some blank spots. Once things get bigger, if there's like an open spot that looks strange, I'll come in with a sunflower or zinnia or something and put it in there, is what I plan to do for that. This section is always a bunch of sedum, which I am happy to say has spread to the whole little strip. This is a weird little strip here by the garage, but it's filled in with sedum, so I'm happy about that. I did use that 30-second cleaner on the front of the house, so the siding is clean. I am very happy about that. Now it doesn't work on the overhang, like the fault, what do you call it? I can't think of the name. It's not faucet. Soffit. I can't think of the word. Let's call it faucet. It doesn't seem to work on the soffits, but it did work on the actual siding, the flat siding, and I'm very happy about that because the house now looks white. It's the color it's supposed to be. Now I still have to do the 2 sides as I said, but this is the pot where I put all the dappled willow, and it still has green on it, which suggests to me that it is taking root, at least most of it. This one looks dead, this one, but the others look pretty good, so I'm hopeful. And I just got various things growing in these pots that I hope survives. This is a beautiful conifer that it's called a whipcord, and it's half brown, so I don't know. This is mock orange, and I put it in a pot because I read that it grows into a huge monstrous shrub if you put it in the ground. So I put it in a pot. I cut these down. Like I said before, these have been here since I bought the house. And spirea, pink flowers, they keep coming back every year, full and strong. So that certainly is a good plant for a foundation. a lot of the pansies didn't make it through the cold. Some of them did, and they're still there in the pots. These pots on the porch I always struggle with, as I've said many, many times. I planted everything you would think of in these pots. There is hydrangeas in the middle, and they still are alive. So I've cut them down because the foliage died. So we'll see what they do. The window boxes, that one over there gets a lot more sun, and as you can see, it's full. The pansies love it. The hosta loves it. This one probably gets no sun, so as you can see, the middle is empty. There's a couple of pansies still going strong and one hosta, but once pansies are done, I'm going to plant those up with some kind of summer flower. And my goal is to change it out seasonally, kind of. And let's see, over here is a lot of foliage from all the beautiful hyacinths and daffodils that were here. There's also alliums here that will be coming up shortly. And then there's a lot of lilies in this section, a lot of them. And they're mostly white because this was my moon garden at one point, but now it's everything. It's an everything garden. So lots of white lilies will be coming up here. Several pockets of feverfew and a little bit of dusty miller. I also have these two glorious 9 barks. There's a dark purple one, and then there's a more golden one. There is a nice big beautiful hydrangea that comes up there, and then there's another hydrangea that I love that is right here, and that's called the Sublime. It has beautiful green flowers, and they stay green for the most part, so I do like that one. Unique coloring. My apple trees, all 3 of these Calamar apple trees are full of flowers, still have a lot of flowers. So I can only hope, that I will have a number of apples on these trees. Now these 3 are all eating apples. I did harvest last year from these, and they were tasty. Can't complain. They were big. They kind of reminded me of like a golden delicious type deal. So yeah. Now let me go around here. What's going on? This section is under construction. This is what I was talking about right here. My walkway. Now that I have to redo it because this is where all of these dang on chives have been popping up everywhere, and that Orlea that I have been digging out, trying to get rid of. It has been a disaster. So anytime I see anything that remotely looks like Orlea or a carrot type deal up here, I pull it out as quickly as possible. So that's why this looks a mess. This is under construction. I'm digging out all these onions and stuff under here. I need to bring my weed whacker and just whack it down. I did lose some roses. I had a mint julep rose here that died, and I pulled that one out. This one seems to be coming back, and several others are coming back. Over here, there were a number of roses. This one, that one looks dead, and I'm not sure if that's the Henry Fonda or the Julia Chow, which both I would be sad to lose. They were yellow roses. But that one over there is coming back. One there. This one's huge. There's one over there that's coming back. So that's 3. This one looks dead. Here, there is one here in front of the Mary statue that looks dead. And this one's coming back here. So that's 4. And there's one coming back over here. 5 out of, I don't know, 8. There's a lot of them here. So daffodils here finishing out. I don't know if this one was called Green Eyes or something to that effect. I can't remember, but it had a green center. I did harvest a few of those news, and those are beautiful as well. It's a single, but I love the way it's open like that, and I love the green center. The 2 golden arborvitae seem to be doing okay. This one still seems to be struggling, so we'll see how that one does. Over here, I had all these hyacinths, and I've cut those back. This strip here will be all annuals, so it's pretty empty right now, as you can see. Nothing going on there. And more daffodil foliage. And then I had a bunch of kind of a still beet over here that's coming up. I had an azalea there. I think that's the azalea. I think. Well, whatever it is coming back. Either that's the azalea or the one right behind it. Another hydrangea. There's a couple hydrangeas over here in this little section. There's one there, and then there's one, you can barely see it, but it's over in there. That's a snowball by Myrna. I even have two peonies up here that I didn't even know were there. Obviously I planted. Some things have died off, some of the shrubs. I noticed my artemisia, I don't see that coming back. And I had 3 of those, and all 3 seemed dead. So I don't know if it was just too cold for it or what. It had been there for a couple of years, so I don't know. The fruit trees seem to be good. This is another one that doesn't seem like it's going to come back. My beauty berries, which have these beautiful purple berries on it. A little disappointed about that. So what can you do? That's nature. Otherwise, things are looking pretty good. I had this white clematis, one on either side, that I pulled out because I read that it was invasive, and it's sold at every big box store. Every nursery around sells this sweet autumn clematis here, so I thought it was fine. Well, I read that it can be invasive, and it can be if you don't remove it at a certain time, and I said I'm not dealing with that, so I pulled it out and I just put one, which is a proven winners. I can't remember the variety, but it has pink and purple flowers. There it is there. So I just put one in, and then they clearly said it's not invasive, so that's the one that will be growing up that trellis if it survives. And then of course hydrangeas are in the center of here, and they seem to be doing okay. I do need one more of these purple Dolce Wildberry corabels from Proven Winners. One died off, so I have an odd number. So I need to acquire one more. And then my little hummingbird feeder over here for now. So the other thing that maybe has died is I had a huge butterfly bush. This thing here, a huge yellow butterfly bush, or milkweed, whatever you want to call it, that the butterflies seem to love, and it seems like it's not coming back this year. So over here, some little mini roses, conifers, baptisia is going on back there, and that's coming up strong. My trees are doing well. Look at that cherry blossom tree. Oh, first time it's ever bloomed. It's beautiful. So, you know, the blooms are going over now. That lemonade lace elderberry there, that yellow, it's beautiful and bright. I like that. I need more of this candy tuft. I love this stuff. I'm imagining I probably could dig this up and divide it, but I'm scared I might kill it or something. And I like it so much, but I want to continue it on. I mean, I have one clump there. There's a baby clump over there, but I kind of want to continue it on around the front edge, around the whole thing. So I would like to get some more of that. It just grows really well for me. It survives my winters. I can't complain about it. Something got into my bird feeder because that was just full. I filled that up 2 days ago, and now it's almost empty. So squirrel, something got in there. I need to get something taller to raise that up even higher, but it's so heavy when it's full of bird feed. It's heavy, so I need a heavy duty. As you can see, the one I have is leaning, and I even took one of the posts out because it was even taller. It was tall enough, but it's not strong enough. It's not anchoring well enough. Wow, that Rose of Sharon tree, I believe that's a Rose of Sharon tree that changes colors every year. That's all budded up. These are peach trees here in the front. They're doing well. Everything's greening up. My hands are freezing. I'm going to go inside. I'm going to go around the outside because I did plant my new little trees I got from Stark Brothers. I got a few more bare roots that I mentioned, I think, in the last video. And I did plant those up. So I want to go over those right quick, and then I'm going to go inside because my hands are literally frozen. But there's another peony coming up. Look at all of this. This is bupleurum. I mean, I think I obviously took the seed heads and sprinkled them over here, but it is coming up like gangbusters. Wow, there's a lot of it. A few weeds in there, looks like, but that's mostly euphorbia, which is fine because it grows one big stalk per plant, and then you just cut it down and you're good to go. It's only going to reseed if you let it go to seed, which I do, so I don't have to plant anymore. But anyway, as you can see here, I planted the 4 new trees I got next to the old ones that were there. So this is a nectarine, and when I planted it, usually I cut them down to knee high. I did not, because this one had leaves on it and buds I could see. As you can see, it has little flowers, so I'm not expecting fruit, but I couldn't bear to cut them off. So that's another nectarine tree. I love nectarines. I actually like eating nectarines just straight up more than I like eating peaches, because I don't like that furry skin on peaches. This is an apricot. I have an apricot and Nexicot tree, but I've never gotten anything off of them, so I decided to get another apricot. Look at this. Oh my god, this just started flowering probably like yesterday. And the question is it an apple or a pear tree? I do not know. It's probably an apple tree, but oh, those flowers are beautiful. So maybe get something off of that. Now these 2 back here may be the 2 pear trees. Let's see. I take that back. This one's a Honeycrisp apple. This is a Honeycrisp apple. It's not doing anything, and it wasn't getting any sun from that maple. That one back there is a pear tree. It at least has leaves and it's gotten taller because it wasn't doing anything, which means this one I'm thinking is a pear tree. I could be wrong. It could be an apple tree because it does look like that one in the front, which I'm assuming is an apple tree. But I could have sworn I had 2 pear trees up here and 2 apple trees. So I'm gonna assume, until the fruit tells me otherwise, this is a Fuji apple. This one's a Fuji apple. This one I see no tag, so I can't tell you what this is, but it is. Oh wait, there's an apple. Oh, that's a Granny Smith. So that is an apple tree. Never mind. I thought I had 2 pears up here. That's a Granny Smith. I should get some Granny Smith apples. And as I just said, this one is an apple too. Well, my other pear must be in the backyard then. This one I know is a pear tree. Okay, pear. Yes, it even has a tag. Moonglow. It's called a moonglow. But this one was looking very sickly. It was right under this maple tree, which was here, and so it was getting absolutely no sun, and I did not think it was going to survive. So I'm very happy to see that that has bounced back. And then this final one that I just planted, which has buds on it, I couldn't bear to cut them off, is the sour cherry. And the sour cherry trees, I think I have 3 now. I haven't seen any fruit off of them, but I plant them because I like using cherries in desserts. So that's what the sour cherries are for, like apple pies and stuff. There's a peony coming up over there. There's another peony. Man, I went peony crazy up here. There are some rose bushes over here that are coming back, but some look dead. So we'll have to see what happens with the roses as the season goes on. My roses have seemed to be hit or miss. There's 2 there that are coming back, but I do love roses. I don't love the thorns, but I love roses. I want to be able to cut them. There's 2 roses here that are coming back. There's one there that's coming back, and there's a beautiful 2 white clematises here, Duchess of something, but they're beautiful. They have big full flowers, so those are coming back. There's another little purple 9-bark in there. So that's what I got going on in the front. I didn't touch on everything, but I hit the highlights, I think. These 2 trees here, this one is actually finally leafing out. Now this is these are persimmons, and I've never seen any fruit off of any of them. Matter of fact, they always look dead every single year. This one has buds on it. I see buds all over it, so that one's gonna give me leaves too. But I haven't yet to get any fruit. So that's all that I have going on in the front right now. So I'm pleased with it. Like I said, I've lost a few shrubs, but that's all part of the way it goes. It looks like in the front here I may have lost a couple of butterfly bushes. I had a whole slew of butterfly bushes through here. A couple of those look dead. I'm not digging anything out though until we get into full on May. Kind of towards the end of the month, I'll reassess, and if I still see nothing coming back, then I will dig those things out and just kind of plop an annual in there for now. Call it a season. The only thing I see me buying this year, I've already ordered my daffodils because you have to order those very early. They come in the fall. I've already ordered, obviously, the annual plugs that I've mentioned, the Lysianthus and some asters and a celosia mix. So those will be coming this month. The only other thing I'm going to buy is candy tuff if I can find it, so I can spread some more of that white around. Another of that wild berry coral bells if I can find one, so that I can replace the one that died. And then I may buy some more artemisia, a different variety though, to replace the 3 that died. I don't think I'll buy necessarily 3, although I like buying things in odd numbers for the garden. But I do like the artemisia color. It's a white, like a white blue, and it's nice to have that sprinkled throughout the garden to break up the solid green. So I probably will buy either that or find something that is hardier in my zone that has that same coloring. Yeah, so that's it. That is it for today. All right, until next tour, take care. Bye bye.